Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Daisy Knits. This will be episode 3, and I am recording on October 20th. Today's October 20th. It is a Tuesday. This will go live tomorrow probably, which will be Wednesday, October 21st. In case you don't know that reference, it is Back to the Future Day. Big thing around my house. The kids and stuff have been talking about that. So, anyways, we'll jump on into the knitting. Today I have a finished object. We have socks still in progress. I'm looking down here because it's all down here, all around me. I've got news on my Master Knitter program and no spinning, but that's life. So I'll start it up. I have 2 socks for hubby. I know I didn't put the other one on a sock blocker. Sorry. Longer than my sock blocker, obviously. His feet are a bit bigger. And let's see if we can get that pattern in there one more time. There we go. I did modify it and I did garter in the diamonds. This is the Mr. Invested pattern. It is a paid-for pattern. I'm not sure how I got it. I'm guessing that it was free at some point and I snagged it then. But that's the pattern. He was very excited about this. This is the first pair of socks that I've done for him with a pattern on the foot. He typically does not like patterns on his feet. He likes them up the leg, but he doesn't like them on the feet. So we will see how he likes these. I did also follow the pattern and they are inverted. So I actually managed that. This will be his 3rd pair of socks where they were supposed to be inverted. The first 2 did not quite get inverted. These ones did. Pattern very easy to follow. It did not take me very long to really get it in my brain. So I was really happy with how these turned out. The yarn is Minnesota Nice from my Zombie Knitpocalypse goodie bag last year, 2014. Fibernip dye work. That helps, doesn't it? Fibernip dye work, bounce base, Minnesota Nice colorway. I'll get it eventually, right? Last week I showed you one finished tube sock. These are for me. This is sock number 2. So I think if I've counted right among everything else this morning, that I only have here to go. So I should be able to get these done this week. We have a wedding to go to this weekend, so I'm not sure yet how that's going to shake out. It's out of town, but, you know, we'll go from there and see. Those really should be done. I guess I should tell you about the yarn, shouldn't I? The yarn is from Yarn Geek Fibers. It is her Rocketeer base, I believe. I have the colorway thing right here. Rocketeer Rainbow Dash Dark Gray. It is a 3-ply superwash merino cashmere nylon. I did not catch that it was 113 grams. So I still have a really good chunk left over. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do, but I will find something lovely to do with the rest of this. The colorway makes me so happy. I love Sarah's dye job, and she's phenomenal. Phenomenal person. So that's what's going on with those. I've not done any spinning whatsoever. My wheel's sitting right over here. My e-spinner's actually directly behind me. I haven't gotten that far. I have some ideas. I have a little bit of fiber over there to actually do. My husband dyed me a pound last year. And I can see it. It's staring at me. It's mocking me right there. I'll ask you guys. Weigh in on this one. I have a pound, and my thought process was I would take the whole pound and I'd break it up into like 4-ounce, 3-ounce, 4-ounce increments, 2-ounce, I don't know. And spin it different ways to see how it looks. Like fractal spin it. Do a Navajo ply, long single Navajo ply, do a fractal spin, take one, spin the other inverted, and then ply it together. That makes sense. It makes sense in my brain. Just different ways to apply it, different ways to spin, to see how the color changes depending on how you spin and how you apply. If y'all have suggestions on how to do that, I would love to hear from you. Drop it off either on YouTube in the comment section, or head over to Ravelry and leave it in the group. You can find Daisy Knits and put it under this episode. I would love to, get some ideas going. I should do something. Christmas is coming. And he did it last year, so I could surprise him by spinning that up. Just a thought. All right. I told you I'd give you news about my master knitter. Happy dance! I passed! Yay! Level 1 in the books, passed, done. I received an email yesterday morning congratulating me and saying that I had passed, and then today my folder came, which in here was my resubmits from the time before. Not the time before, from my resubmits. This was my third time submitting, and once again, I have a 2-page letter with lots of feedback, lots of comments. It was a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but if you ever want to raise your knitting up, this program will do it. So I am official. I passed level 1. My name is going to be in Cast On magazine, which I won't lie, I am totally excited about. I'm sure I'll show it to y'all when it comes, but it'll be several months out before that issue comes. I went ahead and yesterday afternoon I sat down and I purchased level 2, and I've already printed it out, and it's got its own little binder. That's all it is right now. It's just my welcome, the introduction, and things like that. I print it off and then I write all over this. I make all kinds of notes about where I'm finding my references from. Knitting for Dummies is currently in here with it because I'm going through that book looking for references. Level 2 honestly terrifies me a bit just because I've never done Intarsia. I've done some Fair Isle, but I would not say I'm great at Fair Isle. Both are things that I'll have to do. So, lots of practice. I'm sure y'all will be seeing lots of crazy, lovely swatches. Seaming. I'm not comfortable in my seaming skills, but I will be doing, I think, at least 4 seaming swatches where you knit the swatches up and you seam them. I was blessed with, though, and I'm not really sure where I heard about it. Craftsy had a sale this month. They called it the Craftsy Class Pass. And you paid $9.99 and you get to watch unlimited videos for the whole month of October. So, needless to say, we are watching a ton of Craftsy right now. And I watched an Intarsia video yesterday. Over the weekend, I watched a seaming video. I have a Fair Isle video that's currently waiting. And I know time and practice, by all means, I know those are going to be required too. But the Intarsia video I watched yesterday was very reassuring to me. It was very, she made it just seem really easy. Like I was overthinking this and the holes and making sure you cross right. And so I am going to give it a whirl, and I'm sure that y'all will get to see me make beautiful, lovely things. So that's coming up in my knitting. Like I said, I've already printed it off. I've started just the simple reading through. My game plan is I print off the instructions and I read through the whole thing. I read through every bit of it. They have questions you have to answer for each swatch, and I read through those questions because it kind of gives me an idea of what they're looking for. It gives me an idea of what they want to know about, and I can start pulling my references. I go through my reference books. I have, actually right back here in this corner is my reference books. Knitting for Dummies, The Principles of Knitting, the Reader's Digest Knitter's Handbook. I'm trying to see what other ones are over there. Vogue Knitting Book. I think I have about 4 or 5 now that are back over there, and I just start I read through the questions and I get an idea of what they're looking for, And then for each swatch, you have to have 2 references of how to do that, how to execute that technique, that design, that idea. And so I start writing on my paper that's in this binder where I've read information about it. I make notes to myself. I comment, hey, don't forget to cross this, or pull that stitch tight, or don't pull that stitch tight. I make notes to myself on that. That way I can come back to it, and when it's time to sit down and write everything, I have it all there. I typically do 1 swatch, and then I do all the questions that I can for that swatch, and then I'll move to the next swatch, and I do all the questions. So that way it complements each other, because I write like a talk, and it's not so pretty some days. But they are such sweet, sweet committee members who keep going, it's okay, you need to work on it. And so, but I passed level 1. Level 2 is on the horizon. I'm being realistic and giving myself a good while. I'm not putting, oh, I have to have it done by this time. I would like to have it done in a year. I don't think that's unreasonable. I have 19 swatches, 4 book reports, a wrister, a little vest, or something else. Oh, a pair of Argyle socks. Totally blocking that. I have never done Argyle. Obviously, I've never done Intarsia, never done Argyle. So Argyle socks are one of the requirements. I am going to have to do an Argyle sock. I don't have to do a pair. I have to do 1. So that should be really interesting to see how that goes. So that's what's coming up with my Master Knitter program. And obviously, that's going to be what my future knitting is a lot of Master Knitter work. You guys are going to get to see all kinds of swatches. Check in my notes here. The only other thing I really have to tell you today is I will be at a Good Yarn October 31st, doing my first trunk show out there. I'm really excited, kind of new thing for me. And so if you're in the area, come on and stop by. Otherwise, you can check out my site, daisyknits.com, and you can find out where we'll be at next with the shop. I didn't bring anything over to show you what I've been currently dyeing. Sorry. I will try to remember that for next week, to bring something over that we've done. Actually, here. I'll show you this for a finish. This is, let's see if we can get that patterning in. This is from Coggy. It is the Lake Effect Shawl Wrap. It's huge. It's massive. It is actually doubled. What you're seeing is doubled. I can't see. It's my giant blanket. I love this thing. And the way she designs it is there are buttonholes all along this edge here. So you can get, I already forgot, it begins with a J, julep. I think julep. You can get the buttons that you can unscrew and take out of things and put them in, so you can change up how you wear it. But this is my dye job. This is our Thinking About colorway on the Shoot base, which is a bamboo blend. It's a merino bamboo nylon blend, and I love this blend. It's very lightweight, but very warm. So, and this colorway is always popular. It's such a fun colorway. So, that's what I have for y'all today. I hope that you enjoyed stopping by, and I'll see you again next week. See ya!